So everybody, that was really not an ideal fell. This thing's rotten, but for some reason it was really like abnormally humidified and spongy in there, and it just wouldn't go over like I needed it to. So it had to lean toward where I'm sitting now, so toward this direction and toward the stairs. But it wasn't a huge lean, it was just enough that it wouldn't fall where it needed to regularly on its own, just with you know, like just cutting a face and cutting it with a back cut. So I did a face cut about 1/3 through because I didn't know how rotten it was, and it's pretty rotten. And then I plunge cut through the side, left a gap to put some wedges. I put 2 wedges in, medium thickness wedges in, and it lifted up and it was leaning that way, the way that I wanted it to fall and the way that it did eventually fall. And then I made the trigger cut on the back and it just stood, it was balanced, it just wouldn't move. And I drove a double stack of wedges in the back and it shifted, but it still wouldn't move. I actually had to go on the back side of it, on the uphill side, cut through at the plunge cut and cut all of the hinge off on the side that's on the slope here that you can see, and cut through most of the hinge on the other side. All that was left was about 3 inches of hinge that was about a 1/2 inch thick, and that's all that was holding it before it went over. So that was a bit nerve-wracking and unusual. I don't know exactly why this tree being so dead had such an issue, so that's not cool. It's always a challenge when you're dealing with something like that, especially in these tight areas, because I can't clear out this underbrush because this is a park, as you can see. You're a city park, and the challenge is that they want all this undergrowth to look natural. So that's about as good as we could get. I've got to actually go back up there, dang it, and nub that trunk down. But yeah, that was quite an interesting and uncomfortable fell, to be honest. Just everything, the snow, the ice. I'm wearing these short little spikes. We've also been wearing crampons for ice climbing out here because the ice is so bad. And when we're up on the cliff, there's you know, just runs of ice that you have to walk on, and these little guys don't do it. We have to have the big spikes for those. So yeah, one more interesting fell on this job because that was not what I was expecting at all. I've still got to do that tall dead one right there, but I didn't sleep at all last night. I slept like, I don't know, 4 hours maybe, something like that, 3 hours. And I just don't feel like climbing that dead sketchy tree today, so I'll do that another day. So yeah, that's it.